welcome to another episode of Stamp Time with Miss Jane. Today we're going to be making a fun fold, which I'm going to call an angled gatefold because I'm not exactly sure what it's called. And it looks like this. And it's using some items from the current celebration catalogue, which ends on the 30th of September. So we're going to be using the beautifully penned designer series paper, which is free with a $90 purchase in Australia, and also the host set, which is In Your Words, which is free with Stampin' Rewards, with hosting a party that obtains any orders over $500. So this is the beautifully penned designer series paper, and we're going to be using this one and this one, and we're going to colour in this one because that's a bit of fun. So let's get started on our fun fold card. So bringing in my trusty trimmer, and I have an A4 sheet of Poppy Parade cardstock. Now I'm going to first of all trim this on the long side. I want it down to 14 centimeters. And this piece here is going to give you our circle and also enough for the belly band. So we're going to be reusing this piece. Then I want to trim this down to 26 centimeters. And we can just save this piece for a rainy day. Okay, now to make our gatefold, it's not an even gatefold, it's a bit of a wobbly one. I'm going to score it 8 centimeters and at 18 centimeters. And that is the very start. Now use our bone folder and score those over so we know exactly where those score lines are, because we need to do some measurements from these score lines. Okay, so we've got 8 centimeters on either side and 10 in the middle with this piece. Okay, now I'm going to use my ruler to start with. Now what we want to do on either side is measure down 3 centimeters. Now, I usually mark that with this, which I'll do a little bit of this and a little bit of white, which might allow you to see that. And on this side, a little bit of white on the edge. Okay, and what we're in turn going to do is cut from here to here and here to here. And on the bottoms of each side, this is where I had to tweak my measurements. I'm actually going to do 2.5 centimeters. I did 3 centimeters and noticed that you could still see the bottom of the card had a little bit of a gap. Okay, and what we're going to do with this mark is cut from here to here. So we'll go ahead and do those. I'll bring this up. Okay, so number 1 is from the score line to the white mark. Okay, chopping that. May as well do this side while we're at it. Is from the score line to the white mark, so 3 centimeters down, and chop that one. So that is the top sides of the card. Now from where we chopped for 3 centimeters, that tip there, to the 2.5 point on the bottom, choppy chop that one. And on the other side, turn that over, and we're going to chop from the 2.5 on the bottom to where we marked the 3 centimeters, and choppy chop that one. Whoop. And that gives us the base of this whole thing. Okay, so score. Now, going to cover it with the designer series paper. So the designer series paper, I have 2 bits. That is cut at 7.5 centimeters, so half centimeter off the 8 centimeter for the side, and 13.5, which is half a centimeter from the 14 centimeters. Now with this, we need to measure this the same as these outsidey bits, but we need to do measure one and cut one on the opposite side. Okay, so we will measure down at 3 centimeters. I'm hoping I'll be able to see these marks when I put it in the trimmer. It's a little bit tricky. And on this one, 3 centimeters. Okay, 2.5 this way, which I've marked out there, and 2.5 on this one, which that one's really a bit tricky to see. Okay, so sometimes this doesn't exactly work out. You may need to have a little play around. So let's have a look. We've got from this corner to our 3 centimeters, which is just here under the, whoop, moved it out the top. And from this to the 2.5. We're not fully lined up there. Miss Jane, get it in the groove. Groove, baby, groove, baby. So that is one piece. Then this one, yeah, good luck, Miss Jane, seeing this. I'm going to stick my fingernail there so I can see it. I've got a bit of a groove. Bit of a groove in the groove. Yeah. Line it up with this. I'm going to bring this in to find it again. Okay, there it is. I can see it now. It's a bit tricky when I don't want to put my head over the top of the camera. So I guess it depends on the colour of your cardstock what you're going to see. And there it is there. I can see that mark. So from the 3 centimeter we chopped to the 2.5. Running from the bottom and up to the top. Now let's see how this lines up on our card, on our panels. So... ha, that one's pretty good. This one, turn her over. Not bad. That worked out pretty snazzy. Okay, so we can actually now glue those panels down. So bring in our glue. Glue. Oh, good work, Miss Jane. Totally off the page. Well played. Well played. Oh, and then glue yourself to the designer series paper. Totally winning. Okay. So this panel's going on this side. I've just flipped this over to glue it down. And this panel on this side. Okay, flip it back over. And I then have a piece of basic white, 9.5 centimeters, because this is 10 and 13.5. And I've added just a little strip of designer series paper that I had left over, and that piece can get glued down in the middle as well. Whee. Try not to get the glue all over me this time. And that is the center of our card. So we can add some flowers to that, or we can add a sentiment to that later, but this is the actual base of the card. Okay, now like I said, to decorate the front, this leftover piece of Poppy Parade comes in handy because I can then bring in my layering circles dies and I can chop out the scalloped one with this piece. Okay, and also I'll need a white circle, which I've pre-cut that one. So I'll run this one through the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. Okay, and that will be my layering circle, which will go on the front. So in your word stamp set, going to be using Hope This Card Makes You Smile, because I think it makes you smile. Oh, might use my embossing buddy because I'm going to do some embossing in black. So bringing the Versamark to my stamp, and I want to stamp somewhere down in the bottom right of the circle, as much as bottom right circles is. Bringing in my black embossing powder. Woo! So fine and sticks to everything, this. Okay, tappy tap, 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 tap. And I thought I might need, just get my brush. Get rid of some of that. Let's turn on the noise machine. Can you see how shiny it's coming on? So cool. Oh, burning. I was burning my fingers. I should have used my tongs. Okay, I think that's enough. Hope this card makes you smile. Now that piece can be attached to the circle. Actually, I might put my glue on this side. Whee! For fun. Getting it everywhere. Tap, 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 tap that down. Okay. Now this part's ready. Now for my flowers. So I have a piece of this designer series paper I've chopped up. And I'm going to bring in my Poppy Parade Stampin' Blends. And I have my dark Poppy Parade and my light Poppy Parade. Get that ready. Okay. So I'm going to come in with some darker bits first. Okay. Then coming in with my lighter one. I usually do one flower at a time, but today we're doing 3 at a time. Whoop. Might have just gone outside the lines, Miss Jane. Doesn't matter. It'll still be pretty. So colour, colour, colour. Turn it around so I can work out where the flower is on this one. And down to there. Okay. Add my lids on quickly so it doesn't dry out. A little bit more dark in there. Okay. And then with my black one, I'm just going to colour in those leaves. There's only a tiny little bit of thin leaf there, the stemmy part. With the black. And of course we need Wink of Stella. So let's pop some Wink of Stella in the middle of this one. And in the stemmy parts of this one. Oh, the shimmer's starting to come on now. Woohoo! Like a little bit of shimmer. Woohoo! And time to fussy cut. So moving the paper around. I've actually been enjoying colouring in this designer series paper lately. It's been fun. And I haven't minded the fussy cutting either, which is usually a bit annoying. Do you like fussy cutting or not like fussy cutting? I think it depends on your mood. Is it a patient day or an impatient day? And round. Whoop. Okay, so that is our fussy cut flower, and that is going to be added to here, this way. I'm going to get some dimensionals. This is my last sheet of dimensionals. I must order new dimensionals. Wow, fancy getting down to one sheet. I must be loving playing with my dimensionals lately. Now I only want these on one side because it's going to be poking off the other side. Yep. Okay. So that is ready. And now we have a card, a base, we've got this. Now for the belly band. Now remember I said if you save the piece that you chop your cardstock from, you'll then be able to get your belly band out of that. So we need to chop the belly band. I'm going to chop it at 3 centimeters. And then just chop off to this mark here where we had the circle from. Okay, and it should be enough to fold around our card and make a belly band. Let's see. Fold the over and fold the over. Try and make this one a little bit tighter than my last one. My last one's actually got really loose on the card, so you can kind of maneuver that. Now coming in with some tear and tape, I'm going to add a little bit of tear and tape on this side of the belly band and a little bit on this side of the belly band. that off and line it back up again. And pop that down. And then coming in with this piece, I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals as well. Now we only want dimensionals along the middle of your circle. Actually, 3 is probably enough. 1, 2, 3. Rip those off and pop it down somewhere in the middle. So this is my Angled Gatefold card, and it looks just like this one that I made earlier. I hope you like this card. It's nice and bright. I do love the black and white with the red. It's very cool with the poppy parade. And I hope you too want to give this card a try. And thank you for spending some time with Miss Jane today. Until next time, keep smiling, keep stamping. Bye!